wonder what these buttons do.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Music. Ooh.
Hell yeah. Jameer fucking Gibbs.
Welcome back, everybody, to BS Sports Talk with your host and co-host today, Steven and Brandon. Today, we're going to be talking a little NFL Week 1. Opening weekend for the NFL, we're going to go down to Philadelphia Thursday night to chat about the Dallas Cowboys coming into town to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in a game where the spread is quite high, 7.5 for the Eagles. Probably a good line being at home, defending Super Bowl champions, and the Cowboys just trading their biggest piece on defense, Micah Parsons. Brandon, anything you want to talk off the rip?
Yeah, I mean, so first off, we get Super Bowl champions, right, at home. Worry about Super Bowl hangover sometimes, but I'm not worried about these Eagles at all in this game. I think, like you said, Micah Parsons got traded. I think that just deflates a locker room. If you're the Dallas Cowboys right now, what are you supposed to think? What does our ownership think of us? Obviously, if Dallas had high expectations, I don't think there's any way Jerry Jones gets rid of him. I know he'll say otherwise, but you know he's a lot smarter guy than I am, so I don't blame him there. But we got a good NFC East rivalry game right to open up the season, so looking forward to it. I got a couple good picks.
Yeah, so like I said, opening line is 7.5 to the Eagles. Over under is 47.5. And like you said, NFC East rival game, and it's actually the first time that these two teams have opened the season since 2000, believe it or not. A lot of times, you don't see a lot of divisional games being played the first couple weeks of the season. They typically wait to be played, a little bit either in the middle or towards the end of the season for deciding factors for the division, because these are a lot bigger games. But right off the rip, let's talk Micah Parsons. Like you said, the team has to be down at this point. The defense, the biggest piece of their defense, arguably, if not factually,
only piece,
probably the only piece,
maybe the only piece.
Yeah. Secondary was trash last year, I believe, and their only hope was getting to the quarterback and disrupting the quarterback, so they had no time to throw the ball.
Yep.
And they were in a lot of these shootout games. So,
well, good luck to getting to Jalen Hurts with that offensive line that Philly's bringing back again for pretty much, I guess, minus Jason Kelce for year 2 now, right?
Yeah, he's gone. This is his second year retired, but I think they replaced him just fine with Saquon Barkley last year running for the rushing title almost.
Yep, that'll take some pressure off your O-line, right?
Yep. So Eagles have a new head coach or a new OC here as well, in Kevin Patoluo. I believe I'm saying that right.
I'm not sure who Kevin is, to be honest with you.
OC Kevin. He left the Saints. Okay. Or no, I'm sorry. Kellen Moore left for the Saints.
Right.
He's the Saints head coach now. So interested to see how this Philadelphia Eagles offense changes.
Yep. And then you got Schottenheimer, right? And for
yep.
Dallas.
Yep. He's the new head coach for Dallas. So I guess that will be interesting to see how he comes in and does with this now changed defense and probably improved offense with having a couple pieces come over. You got Javonte Williams running the ball now. I'm not saying he's a stud by any means, but he did some work in Denver that was okay. He was a higher draft pick, and he was expected to do well. So, and then you're bringing in George Pickens from the Steelers to put opposite of CeeDee Lamb, who we know we're big on this year, along with Dak.
Love us some CD.
Yep.
Talking about Pickens for a minute. I think a change of scenery will help him out. I think being a Dallas Cowboy in general kind of puts you in a bigger spotlight, right? Now Pittsburgh's obviously is a big football city, big NFL franchise, but there's nothing bigger than the Dallas Cowboys, right? When it comes to branding in the NFL and getting those primetime games, which you touched on last week, which is why we like CD all the time and Dak's passing yards. So I think Pickens is going to slot in very well here. I could see him being a 1,000-yard guy. Like I think we talked to this a little bit last week.
I could definitely see that as well.
Assuming
being opposite of CD for sure.
Oh yeah, yep. So,
And I stand on the topic of Pickens. I don't think Arthur Smith in Pittsburgh used him how they should have used him.
yep.
In all honesty, I mean, this guy is a deep ball threat like no other. I mean, him and Russell Wilson last year Russell was just slinging the rock up to him and he was just going up and getting it. I mean, he's one of the best deep threat receivers probably in the NFL.
Yeah, he's a guy that probably would have really benefited this season with Aaron Rodgers there in Pittsburgh for sure too.
Yeah. For sure. So a little bit there about pregame and what we expect, what the line is. Do you have a side that you're favoriting?
So if I was going to take this straight, and this could be some recency bias, but Philly kicked just the ever-loving shit out of Dallas twice last year. I believe it was like 38-7 and 41-6. I mean, it feels like this line should be 21 points, to be honest with you. So if I got to lean, it's definitely I'm going to lay the points with Philly at home. I'm not worried about a Super Bowl hangover with that run game, that O-line they've got. Dallas can't stop a nosebleed. Now maybe Dak and these guys will mesh right away and they can keep up with them, which is why I actually like a teaser better. So at 7.5, this is a perfect spot to be a teaser. So anyone that doesn't know, teaser, you're taking 6 points off the spread or over under either way you're going, right? So you can take a teaser here. You're going to tease Philly. So you go from a 7.5 down to a 1.5. That's what you're getting the line at. And then I also love the over in this game. I don't think Dallas is going to sit there and only score 6 points, 7 points like they did last year in a couple games. I think Dak was hurt for one. They had some other key injuries in the other game. I think Dak and the crew they'll put up 14, 17 points at least. And I don't see Philly not putting up at least in the 30s. So I'm going to tease this over down to 41 points as well. And is it a minus 115 or minus 120 bet? I think is what a teaser gets down to.
It's different on different books. You could get it for either. Books do it either way. I've seen 120, I've seen 115, but I honestly love it. It's like I said, it's a perfect spot for it. I do believe Philly probably wins the game, but I'm gonna go opposite on the spread for you. I'm gonna go Cowboys plus the points plus 7.5.
Oh no!
If I had to pick a side for this one, if we're doing a pick 'em pool and we're picking every game, I'm going Cowboys plus 7.5 here. Opening night, they're hanging a banner. I think Dallas comes in and ruins it a little bit. Like you said with Dak and CD and Pickens, I think they can keep up offensively with these guys. I know, and we're coming in game one. So if this was game 6 or 7 of the season and you have some injury concerns, there's always guys on the O-line, D-line that go down. So if you have some of those later in the season, I could see where this line would be accurate, but I think this might be a little bit of an overreaction with the Micah trade. I think the Dallas offense can keep up with Philly.
Do we know what the line was before the Micah trade?
I don't. I do not. I'm assuming it probably moved up.
I wonder if it got over that touchdown threshold if it was under 6.5.
It probably did. It probably was 6 or 6.5.
Yeah.
Micah's probably worth the point.
Well, and if you're worried about a Super Bowl hangover, Dallas is a team that can kind of bite you quick, right? Their offense is going to be built air raid, points quick, move the ball down the field. So if Philly's asleep for a half and Dallas jumps out to like a 17-3 lead, now you're plus 7.5 over a touchdown is looking beautiful, right?
Yeah, and the average public bettor, everyone's watching this game Thursday night. The average public bettor is going to open a sports book and see plus or minus 7.5 for the Philadelphia Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys, who just traded away Micah Parsons, has question marks in Dak, who has had up and down years.
Feels like a Vegas line, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It feels like Vegas is ready to be back in business for the football season.
Yep. So I'm a go, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the public money is not on Philly, but if I had to guess, it probably would be. So I'm gonna go a little contrarian here and go with the Dallas Cowboys plus the 7.5 if I had to pick a side.
Are we betting a drink or a beer on this? I feel like we need a button that'll like a cash cha-ching button, which means we're
Cha-ching.
betting head to head.
Yeah, we just found out we have some soundboard here. That's a good one.
That's a good head.
That's not a good one.
That was a good head to head one. If we want to like lock in a bet against each other.
Yeah, we might have to update this board a little bit, give us some unique ones. But these were on the board, so we'll give them a whirl. But yeah, so I'm gonna go Dallas. I do love the over.
Okay.
I think the over is probably the best bet in the game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think with finally getting a healthy Dallas for one of these games is for sure going to be a good over. But overs are square on prime time.
Yeah, that's true.
First game of the
everyone
year.
will be on this over.
But this line could be up to 49 by the time of this game. Well, we're only 2 days away, so maybe not.
We're recording this Tuesday night, so could be higher. Right now it's 47.5, sorry. I would take 47.5 over and bite my tongue.
Yep.
So I do have a couple props here that big props, guys. So we're going to give a little three-legger. First, I'm going my boy Saquon Barkley over. I see it as 96.5 rushing yards.
Woo!
We were talking about that Dallas defense. Barkley's going to run all over him. Could easily see him breaking like a 60, 65-yarder here.
If you couldn't see, I got wide-eyed over that number because that number just seems massively high for a week one game. I know it's Saquon, but dear Lordy.
Very high. I think this line has jumped 10 to 12 yards. I believe it was in the 80s, mid-80s.
I think it's because some guy with the initials MP is no longer captain in that backfield.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Micah being gone could definitely have inflated that line because I believe just...
Well, they gave what's-his-name a big deal, so maybe he'll just all of a sudden become...
who was that, Bland?
Yeah, Bland.
I think he's a corner, though, isn't he? Isn't he a DB?
Oh, yeah, probably.
I think he's a DB.
Well, maybe he's...
Maybe he can come up and tackle
Maybe he's
Saquon,
enough to stop Saquon.
Or Saquon and just break his ankles.
That's more likely.
That's definitely more likely.
So run his ass over.
For the second pick here, I'm going to Jalen Hurts, and I'm going if Saquon's hitting his over rushing, that means the boy's getting the rock. So I'm going Jalen Hurts under 215.5 passing yards, which is low. And if you like the over here, they're going to have to move the ball. But
yeah, that feels.
I think he stays under, but it does seem a little low.
It does seem low, but it feels like a script play. So if Philly's going to win by 8 or be blowing them out all game, then you kind of got a correlated parlay going here, right? You got Saquon just getting the rock all game long, and no reason for Jalen to throw the ball into trouble, which we've seen plenty of out of Philly, right? Like they'll just obliterate teams, and then that or Jalen's going to run for 50, 60 yards himself too.
Yep. So Saquon over rushing, Hurts under passing, and I'm going to a touchdown score for leg 3 and give me our boy CeeDee Lamb to score the rock this week. Week 1, Dak wants to get going. Who's his guy? CeeDee Lamb. And you got George Pickens on the opposite side. It's going to open up the field a little bit for CD. So that's the three-legger. I'm going to take it on underdog. Shout out Missouri. 6.2x on your payout. So that's going to be the three-legger for Thursday night.
It's an ugly line. That's like plus 520, right? On a normal book.
Yep, that's about
because you're.
Yep, that's about
including your bet back.
Plus 520, plus 550 on a normal book, which
marketing geniuses.
You can probably get higher odds on DraftKings, FanDuel, offshore, anywhere. So
that's okay. We love a CD big game. We've got Dak yards. We could use a nice 300 bagger to start the year for us.
Yep,
we'd love that. So I don't have any gripes in these picks. I think that the Saquon line's high, but I think we're playing the script here, right? So
yeah, I think it's to the script. And if just one caveat, if I think either one of those, if you want to take a single, I'm taking the plus money value on CD to score. He's plus 140, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah, plus 140 on a primetime opening week game. That feels like he should be like a minus 110 guy. I know he's a wide receiver, but
maybe throw a CD correlated parlay and maybe yards and anytime touchdown there. You could probably get it in one play.
Yep, I could see it. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I will be watching this game probably a little drunk, and it's going to be great to have NFL football back on the television.
I'm shocked.
So, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, game 1, opening weekend of the NFL. There it is. There's a rundown. Anything else?
No, love us some Amazon Thursday Night Football, baby.
Amazon is back. Oh, yeah. I forgot about them.
Free streaming. Well, assuming you're an Amazon Plus member, but who isn't at this point?
Me.
Oh, my God. How do you watch this game?
Go to
StreamEast.io.
I'll go to the local bar.
The local dive bar.
The local dive bar.
In East St. Louis, where we can bet legally.
True. Alrighty, that's the Thursday game to kick off the NFL season. Now we're going to talk about the other primetime game of this week, which is a little odd. I don't know if they did this last year. Did they have a Friday after a Thursday game to open the season last year?
I don't remember because I was surviving hurricanes down at the beach. So
True. Well, glad you're still with us.
Me too.
Well,
I couldn't talk and bet football if I wasn't here. So
that's a good point. Great point. So now we are going to go to the Friday game for primetime game number 2. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, where the Chiefs are favorites by 3. And this game is in Brazil.
Sao Paulo.
Down in Brazil. So the over-under is 45.5 here. And
another division game,
which there's a lot of these this opening weekend. Like I was saying with Dallas Philly, I don't remember there being this many division games to open up the season.
Especially with the extra game now that they have in the season being a 17-week season. You'd think you give them a couple before you start getting into your nitty-gritty
I feel
division games.
I feel like last year a lot of the divisional games were coming down to week 17, week 18 for these division titles,
right?
And especially the seeding for the playoffs. So I don't know what's going on, but if you look at the board, and we'll talk Sunday in a different episode here, but if you look at the Sunday slate, I think they're all division games. It might be everyone might have a division game.
Just looking, and it looks like, so I know the commies and your Giants play, so the whole NFC East is playing each other. But other than that,
I think there's a ton.
Might be a couple more.
But
strange.
But ripping into Chiefs Chargers. So like I said, the line is 3 to the Chiefs, over under 45.5. The Chiefs have not surprisingly, but kind of surprisingly actually, have won the last 7 games against the Chargers.
Well, now if you didn't believe they sold their soul to Taylor Swift, it's all but a certainty now. So, yeah, looking at this line, I mean, just thinking about Chiefs Chargers, what these two franchises are, where they've been going. One's the new dynasty. One is trying to become a perennial playoff team.
Trending
upwards. It seems like to me that the Chiefs by 3 is the obvious choice here. I think Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, I mean, they don't stop. Hit the fucking button.
Which one?
No, the one. There you go. So
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So no, I think Pacheco runs all up and down these clowns on defense, and I think they control the clock. They control the game. They're not going to let Herbert and McConkey and your boy Amari and Hampton, Najee Harris. I don't see them controlling the game, or I don't see the Chargers getting into much of a game flow. I think Andy Reid just knows what the heck he's doing in these division games. He knows the ins and outs of these teams, and he's got the studs and the stars. Yeah, that is true. So they won 19-17 at home last year. The Chiefs did. And they won 17-10 on the road. So these games have been kept relatively close. It feels like the Chiefs always play close division games. And last year specifically, they won a lot of games by 1 score. So they had, at the end of the year, great season, great record. Yeah.
But they won a lot of 1-score games.
Yeah.
But that's just the team that they just figure out how to win games. And having Mahomes at the end of a game is probably a part of that.
Well, you got Mahomes and Kelsey and those guys aging. You kind of got Pacheco coming into his own a little bit, and now Xavier Worthy. It feels like the Chiefs have kind of they just don't blow teams out anymore like they used to. Like Mahomes doesn't go out there throwing to Tyreek for 250 and 3 touchdowns himself, while Kelsey catches a pair, and Jamal Charles. My God, that's going way too far back.
Way back, but he was a dog.
Kareem Hunt, I think is who I'm.
He's still there.
Oh yeah, he's back. Isn't he?
Yep, he's back there.
Okay, prime Kareem Hunt.
Prime Kareem
round
Hunt.
one
Yep.
Kareem Hunt, not round two. Kareem Hunt.
Different guy.
So by that argument, I don't think playing the +3 for the Chargers is such a bad play here. This could be a decent teaser spot too. So one of the rules of teasers is never cross 0, right?
Correct.
Never cross 0, and you want to get across a prime number, so like, or a key number, which is 3, 6, 7, 14, 10.
If you can get it, 14. Yep.
So taking the Chargers up to 9 here, and if you could get 3.5 up to 9.5, and then I would take the under as well. I would tease that up to 51.5 or,
tease it
or
up.
52, whatever we're getting right now.
Yep.
I think that's a good look here as well.
Yeah, I actually like the multi-day teaser going back a little bit to the Philly game. I mean, tease Philly down, a two-legger for a 2-dayer.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast. Tease the Eagles down and the Chargers up. That could be a good look as well.
Yep.
But actually, I like the Chargers +3. I do.
I knew you were going to be difficult this week.
I do. I
don't
know.
have some crappy college picks. Think you can just come in here and believe in all my picks?
It's gonna be Jim Harbaugh's second year with the Chargers. He's gonna be coming into his own with the team. Their defense is a little shaky. Not really sure what they're gonna look like. I believe they lost an offensive lineman too in training camp. It could be fact checked, but I believe one went down. I don't know if he was a huge part of it, but nonetheless, it's one of the main guys on the O-line. Neutral site, which doesn't really, I guess, help because Kansas City.
Yeah, how did that field? How did that field play last year too?
I'm pretty sure it was very bad.
Because I feel like
it was-
we saw it in the Notre Dame. What was the first college game we watched? It was over in England.
Yeah,
or wherever it was. It seems like these soccer fields that they play on
not good.
Are too slick for.
Not good.
Yep.
So that could definitely be a factor as well.
So that absolutely leans into the under and the Chargers with the points.
Yeah, and being in Brazil, typically KC fans travel well. So I think, and Chargers fans
are non-existent.
Yeah, so even being a home game for the Chargers, it's really not a home game. They never really have any home games because the crowd's too loud. I think they use a silent count at home most of the time. So, but KC would travel to Los Angeles. I'm not sure if they're traveling to Brazil, the fan base.
Right.
So
agreed.
I think the neutral site could help the Chargers in that aspect.
Yeah.
And this getting 3, I think if it was lower than 3, I think if it was 2.5, I would lean Chiefs. I would love to get the 3.5 number if you can find it.
Yes.
At a decent line. But I think if I had, once again, probably won't put real money on it. But if I had to pick a side, I think I have to go with the 3 for the Chargers, just being all aspects of what we said and 2 full healthy teams.
Right.
So,
yeah, this number definitely feels about right because when I look at numbers in these spreads, you look at the first thing you look is the home field advantage, right? And just generally speaking, the way it kind of works is if you're at home, 3 points is kind of your edge for home field advantage. Mm-hmm. Now, most of your analytical people that are really into like the Vegas odds and just being on the sharp side of the money, they'll tell you that a team like the Chargers playing in LA, their home field advantage is only worth 2 points. A team like Green Bay in Wisconsin at Lambeau is worth 4 points. So it kind of, you got that, just depends on where you're at and what the situation is, division game, non-division game. You could call it 3.25, 3.75, whatever you want. So when you look at neutral site, that's how you typically do these comparisons. So this is a neutral site. So this line feels right at it for me because I think the Chiefs, just in general, like you could put them at a high school field in the middle of St. Louis, Missouri here, and I think the spread is still 3, maybe 3.5, depending on which way the public goes. So
Yep. No, I would absolutely agree. I think the line is probably dead on, and I think the 3 line, it might be dragging people in to take the Chargers, and it could be a trap. So
could be.
I could be setting myself up for failure here. But like I said, probably no real money, but maybe. It's a Friday NFL game, week 1, so there's probably going to be money on it.
Yeah, we bet a little bit.
In some aspects, so. And then the only other thing I got is the Chargers' weapons. I mean, coming in with, they drafted, what's his name, Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, right?
Ole Miss, go Rebs.
Ole Miss.
Hotty toddy.
They got Omari and Hampton, my boy from UNC.
What do you like about him? As rookie of the year or something?
Rookie of the year.
Ah.
If you didn't watch the last podcast, go check it out. Rookie of the year, 8-1? 8-1. Rookie of the year, Omari Hampton. Although that bet might be, the odds might be a little higher now. Najee Harris is back practicing.
Oh, he is.
He is. So we'll see if he plays week 1. I think he was in a 4th of July firework accident. I don't know if you knew that. That was the injury. A firework blew up in his face. And
Put it in reverse, Terry.
I don't have that. That would have been a good one on the board. Maybe we'll work on that.
I knew it was his eye, but firework.
Firework on the 4th of July weekend. Blew up in his
Wow.
face. Yep.
Wow.
So, hey.
That's like the one thing as a running back you can't do. Like, you could probably even blow up your fingers a little bit.
Yeah. Not the eyeball.
Try?
Yeah, you got to see where you're going.
Almost like you need some vision to run the ball, huh?
Hey, we're hoping for a healthy recovery, but don't take away from my boy Omarion.
Roll Tide.
So, and then Keenan Allen returning. Big Keenan Allen. How old is he?
Who?
38.
Who's that? Is he playing in the NFL?
Just a little bit.
He was drafted in like 2003.
He was probably drafted the same year Mike Evans was. Mike Evans looked like the last wide receiver from that class, and maybe now it's Keenan Allen and him.
It is crazy that Mike Evans feels like he was just catching passes from Johnny Football like yesterday. Like, it feels like, yeah, he's kind of a veteran, but he's not that old. And it's like, oh shit, this is year 11.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, still going strong on those 1,000-yard seasons.
10 consecutive 1,000-yarders or whatever it was.
I think this is his 11th, but no Bucks talk here. No Bucks. We'll get to the Bucks on Sunday. But yeah, and then I got some props here. Do you have anything? Any props or anything you want to chat about, or should I rip these off?
No, I haven't looked at many lines, but if it's going to be a controlling Chiefs games, I would look at Pacheco. I'd imagine his line's probably around 75-ish.
Yeah, that's probably seems.
Yeah, I would
high 60s, 70s, something like that.
I would play him probably at 75. I don't see him not getting there. As long as he doesn't go plowing into trash cans like he did in the preseason, he should be all right.
Yeah, especially if this field is pretty bad. I don't know if they want their wideouts out there maybe tearing ACLs.
Right.
So,
well, the thing with the slippery field, right? It just takes one defender to try to make a cut to get you in the hole, and he falls down, and boom, you're gone.
Yep, which may lead into my first pick. I have Mahomes over 249.5 passing.
Mahomey.
My homeboy. And this pick was actually
Is
written.
Patrick Mahomes or is it Dylan Raiola?
You don't know.
The Walmart version of Patrick
he
Mahomes.
left his game early in Arrowhead the other day. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. I'm sure they talked.
But yeah, I mean, I like Mahomes to kind of have a good year this year, and surprisingly enough, I actually have him on my fantasy team. I drafted him, I believe, in the 6th round, maybe 7th, but he was there, and I thought, why not? He has something to prove this year, losing in the Super Bowl, and he didn't really have that great of a season. They've won 13 games last year, 14, and it really wasn't because of him.
Definitely was not typical what you think of Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, right? It felt like that defense and Andy Reid won them 13 games. And snuck them into another Super Bowl somehow.
Yep. Andy Reid schemes are like none other. So.
And then they went and played a competent team.
Yeah.
That also has good schemes. And
Yep.
We saw how that went.
So yeah, first pick I'm rolling with Mahomes over. These I wouldn't parlay these maybe. I would probably just take them straights. Because my second pick is going to be a Xavier Worthy anytime touchdown for plus 135. You could also take Pacheco. He's probably like even money.
Yeah,
he probably gets in he probably gets in the end zone. I like the value with Worthy. They do some wraparounds with him. Do a little wraparound.
I think I'll do a wraparound.
No, a little. They do some runs with him, some run plays. Deep threat. He's always an option to. Catch one and take it 80 yards to the house, or, Mahomes bomb one down 75 yards down the field. And
well, that's the thing is like, he's got that in his back pocket at any time, right? If you get the Chargers coming out to or jumping out to a lead, the Chiefs got their Super Bowl loss hangover, which is even worse than the Super Bowl hangover. Then all of a sudden you're throwing the ball, and now you love this number at 250.
Yep.
So.
Yep, for sure. So. Worthy's plus 135. I think it's worth a shot if you don't like the side in the game and you want some action.
I kind of like just after talking through these. So you wanted to parlay or tease, I guess, the two spreads that I took. I may parlay your wide receivers here, CD and Xavier.
Here we go.
Multi-night.
Little 2-day anytime touchdown scorer. That would pay well.
Probably getting it 4-1, right?
Yeah, take it on DraftKings
Unless you're in Missouri.
December 1st.
Then you go to the east side and take it.
December 1st. Hopefully the boys come through. I've already seen ads, so I think it's legally has to be finalized by December 1st.
Well, if not, then this podcast is going to turn into a coup, and we're going to overthrow the Missouri government because we voted for this shit. We want it.
That's true. It did pass
Some
by
of-
like
some of-
0.8% or something.
It
Your
was-
wife voted no.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started. Love you, babe. But we voted for the shit we wanted. Some of us are degenerates. Some of us have like truck payments to make, mortgages to pay, and I can't
Kids
be
to
going
feed.
offshore with Bitcoin when Bitcoin crashes and, oh, we lost your funds. I need to do this legally, and I want W-2s because I win so much damn money.
Yeah, it's just free money from Missouri. Come on. The state of Missouri is losing tax dollars.
Imagine the amount of tax dollars on my winnings I'd have.
None, because you're winning so much.
I need the tax deductions.
True. That's really what we need, actually.
Lowers my income by about 30%.
Alrighty. Well, that has been some primetime games for week 1. You gave your rundown of the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles. Thursday night to open the season in Philadelphia. The Eagles are 7.5-point favorites. And then Friday night, we gave you the Kansas City Chiefs and Los Angeles Chargers. Chiefs are favored by 3. That game is in Brazil, neutral site. Gotta love our friends across the pond, over the pond, whatever you want to call it. Typically it's Europe, but whatever.
And the favelas. You love the favelas.
So yeah, this has been primetime week 1 of the NFL, and we'll be back for some Sunday NFL in just a few short days. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and subscribe, hit that like button, and share us to a friend. Just 1 or 10 or 200.
It'll get better the more views we get. Trust me. Trust me.
Thanks for watching.
Good luck.